As long as there are wars, the arms trade will continue. Many of the weapons used in Libya are now leaking over borders, being used in neighboring countries like Mali. The man once known as the Merchant of Death, Victor Bout, is no longer at large. But what effect has his arrest had on other dealers?
I do think that very little has changed. I think that there are hundreds of Victor Bouts out there, operating both in the illegal or illicit markets and in the formal, supposedly legal market, the two of which are very closely intertwined. But I don't think there has been in any way a decrease in activity in the illicit market. I don't think that the modus operandi has changed.
Many wars in Africa are fought with easily traded light weapons, making that continent particularly susceptible to illegal arms trafficking. This campaigner has just come from a meeting with the British government. She wants a new international arms treaty, coordinated action from governments around the world.
They would have to authorise any arms transfer that originates or ends up in their territory. The operations of arms brokers would be controlled. Every type of arm, from tanks and ships down to small arms and ammunition, would be brought under control. And that way it's going to be much harder for unscrupulous arms dealers or unscrupulous governments to ply their trade.
But campaigners say that many key countries are sceptical about an arms trade treaty and would like its provisions watered down. Some of those countries with reservations are heavily involved in the arms trade. The arms trade is difficult to control because even government transactions are often accompanied by bribes, and the dealers are an international cast of villains.
A lot of Israeli arms dealers are very active in Africa. But then there are Swiss and Germans and Austrians and Brits and Americans. So it really is a global market, and the participants come from everywhere and operate everywhere, which makes them extremely difficult to track and to capture.
So it may be the end of the road for Victor Bout, but the opportunities to profit from war go on and on. Barnaby, Phillips, Al Jazeera.